You're only laughing because you see me dance through the window loads of times. Hello everybody, and thank you for coming out on this very, very, very cold day to come and join us. We do appreciate it because it is freezing. And as you know, Alan couldn't make it, bless him. But Andrew stepped in and being my knight in shining armour, stepping to help me out, which I do very, very, very much appreciate. Otherwise, you would have just been sat here listening to me try and do stand-up comedy for like an hour and a half, and it wouldn't have been great. Wouldn't have been fun. You wouldn't have appreciated it. Wouldn't be what you're here for. So again, thank you very much, and I'll pass over to Andrew to see if he will do a little opening for us in whichever way he feels like doing.
Certainly. Just an opening prayer?
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah.
Friends, if you would like to join me in an opening prayer, please feel free to do so. Dear Heavenly Father, Spirit, and guides and helpers, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to work in this wonderful centre here this evening, and that we could all come together as like-minded souls. I'd ask that the veil between the two worlds be drawn back to allow me to work with my guides in love, light, truth and honesty, and to bring the messages and proof of life after life to those who need to receive it this evening. Amen.
Thank you. I'm going to shut that door. They're going to noise away. Get out. Just got our healing book here. I'm just going to quickly read. You all know the drill. Just you can close your eyes if you want to. If you don't want to, I don't care. Just imagine the people on this list and anyone else that you know that needs a bit of love and healing and light going out. Just imagine them in a better position than they are now. I'm not going to say a better place. That makes it sound like I want them to pass over, and I don't want that to happen. Just make them feel better. Just imagine them feeling a good way. As I've said before, you can do that in any way you want. You can imagine them in a happy bubble of light, or in a bubble of just happiness, or in just feeling better. Or like my friend on Facebook that imagines it like the Care Bears. You can do that as well. I don't care how you do it, as long as you send it out. Great Spirit, as we come to this final meeting of the year, we ask that love, light and healing goes out to all those who are not as fortunate as we are, those without a home or family to spend time with, and those named below. We've got Dougie, Sue, Brian Walker, Tilly Peters, Lauren, Karen, Joe, Jason and Sarah. So if you could just take a moment just to think about those, that would be great. I'm not going to make you think about it too much. That will do, thank you very much. And in the true spirit of me just liking to read out something that's a little bit positive and also a little bit true to life so that people can actually take something away from this. It's Christmas time, and one of the things we always see at Christmas is angels. And this is a story of someone that got into mediumship and things like that after actually seeing angels. It says, the first week of primary school is challenging for any kid, but it's particularly worrying for me because my nana, who lived with us, had just been taken to hospital. I was delighted when I woke up a few nights later to find her in my bedroom. You're back, Nana, I said, beaming. She looked at me, then gently rolled me over in bed and tickled my back. I fell asleep while she was watching over me. The next morning, I hurried downstairs, expecting to see her in the kitchen, but she wasn't there. Where's Nana? I asked Mum. Mum's eyes were red as if she'd been crying. We've got some news, Carl said. Your Nan's gone to heaven. But she can't have, I said, confused. I saw her last night. And as I got older, I often thought back to that night, and the same question kept going round and round in my head. If Nana had died and gone to heaven, how could I possibly have seen her? I've been raised a Christian, went at Sunday school every week, but when I was taught in church didn't seem to fit with my own experience. I didn't know what to make of it. I had more time to contemplate the big questions in life, death and the universe than most kids my age, as I was in and out of hospital throughout my childhood. I had a rare neurological condition which paralysed me, putting me in a wheelchair between the ages of 3 and 4. Although I did fortunately get well enough to be able to walk, I suffered with a permanent migraine for 11 years. With the chronic pain and hospital visits and that strange visit from Nana, I couldn't shake the lingering sense that I was different from other kids my age. Then, when I was 14, I discovered the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was a complete game changer for me because there were young people who were different from other kids, a bit geeky, but with these incredible powers, living in a magical world inside this one. I knew it was fiction, of course, but I couldn't help but feel a bit inspired. In one episode, Buffy and the gang were talking about the magical powers of crystals, and I collected crystals. It was the first time it really dawned on me that crystals have a special energy and magical use of their own. I began researching this, as well as other ideas that I explored with the show. Why don't you try reading angel cards, a friend suggested. I always thought angel cards were a weird idea, so I was surprised when she showed me her deck of angel cards. The first card I pulled out was synchronicity. I had to Google it and discovered that it refers to a chain of events that might seem unrelated at first, but which eventually lead to a perfect outcome. Looking back, it was the perfect card for what happened next. I asked for and received 2 packs of angel cards for my 15th birthday and threw myself into researching angels with my usual gusto. I learnt that angels can help us, but only if we ask them to, but they can't interfere with free will, so I decided to try it. If angels are real, thank you for fixing my headache, I said out loud. Over the next few days, my headache completely disappeared. It was a subtle change, but a significant one, and I now firmly believe in angels. This belief was strengthened when I did angel readings for some of my mum's friends during a summer barbecue. I was reading for one man when the tune Survivor by Destiny's Child came into my head. It was so loud, I actually thought the track was being played over the sound system. I told him what I was hearing. I think it's a message for you, I said. And then I saw it, a column of white light behind the man's head. It was watching me with these eyes that could see into my soul. It was definitely an angel, I just knew that. Tell the man he's a survivor, it told me. I passed on the message. It feels to me like you don't feel like you belong here, like you're an alien, I told him. It feels like you've tried to leave. I didn't know what I meant, but the man went pale and they got up and walked away. Later that night, Mum got a phone call, and it turned out that the guy I'd read for had tried to commit suicide on multiple occasions, but thankfully had been saved each time. We were all stunned. I lived in a small town in Scotland, so word got round, and I quickly became known as the boy who sees angels. By the time I reached my 20s, though, I wasn't sure this was what I wanted to do with my life. I still did readings, even worked as a psychic on the TV show Soapstar Superstar, but I loved my music and became a successful DJ. I was even booked to support Calvin Harris. But the angels kept calling me back. The Calvin Harris gig was cancelled because the sound system inexplicably failed. Then the Sun newspaper in Scotland got in touch and offered me a job writing a psychic column. I refused, but they persisted and asked me to go in for an interview. Prove this to me, the editor said during the interview. I didn't know how to do that, but I could see a black and white cat sitting on the lap of a human resources woman who was sitting in for the interview. It's magical that it's here, I said. The woman promptly burst into tears, and the editor said, how did you know that? It turned out that she had her black and white cat, Magic, put to sleep just that week. I was a columnist for The Sun for 5 years and became known as the Angel Whisperer. Hay House approached me about writing books for them, and now I've just put together my 4th set of angel oracle cards for them. The theme for this set is to focus on angels who aren't famous. This deck is for anyone from absolutely anywhere in the world. It's all about equality and diversity, and the feedback I've had on them, especially from the black and Asian people, has been amazing. I also wanted the cards to be fun and colourful and to bring joy, and I definitely think that I've been able to achieve it. People ask me, what are angels? And I always say, if the universe was a gigantic heart, angels would be each heartbeat. They don't look a specific way, and they don't even have a particular name. They're the personification of universal intelligence, pure energetic beings, and they're here to help us. All you've got to do is ask. So even when it seems like situations are hopeless or that you don't know where you're going in life, there's always something out there that is willing to help. Sometimes you just got to ask for it. And that's me. I'm done. Don't know if you want to do an address or anything, or just go do you.
Okay.
It's all good.
I'll do a very short one actually,
Yep.
because it kind of fits in with what you were saying for your.
I always find that the medium always says that's the sort of thing that they were going to talk about when I read it out.
Very oddly, earlier on today, my partner is also one of my fledglings and so with us, and Angel Delight came through. And I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that comes back up again this evening. And I really think that's what that fits in there, is that angel delight, the delight of the angels. Because things happen to us for reasons that we don't know, we don't understand. Quite often you can be on a pathway and you think everything's absolutely amazing, then the next moment your life could be turned upside down, but it's leading you somewhere else. And I've experienced that myself. A few times now I've experienced that myself, and it just reminds me, especially at this time of year when there are so many people that are struggling. Lots of us are very happy, lots of us have got lots of family around us, and it's a joyous time, but there are those that are really struggling, that are on their own, that can't get out for whatever reason, whether it's through health, mental health, whether they just don't have the money, whatever it is, that will be staying pretty much indoors and doing what they do every other day this Christmas, and probably on their own. But I do believe that our pathways are always taking us somewhere better. We just have to kind of be open to it, I guess, to be open to receive that. Because it's very, very easy to say, well, my life's rubbish, it's never going to get any better. And we start blocking off. We put those horse blinkers on, and we stop looking at things and opportunities that come our way. And when we do that, we could be missing something that's totally life-changing. So I guess what I really want to leave you with is just to say that no matter where you are in life at the moment, no matter what your situation, just be open to everything that's going on around you, because there may be an opportunity for you to change your life or for you to change somebody else's equally. So I'd just like to leave that with you. Now, I'll go straight into mediumship.
Yeah, go for it.
Right, okay. Fallen into lots and lots of places. Now, I'll explain quickly how I work as a medium. I know none of you have seen me before. Is there anyone that's not been to an event like this before? Good, that's always a good start. Right, you haven't? You haven't? Ah, okay, so, don't worry.
No.
We're not going to transform into some sort of...
I'm ready for it.
Okay. What I would say is, as I work, if I do come to you, there are a couple of things I always ask, and that is, first I will ask your name. I will do that even if I happen to know you. I will ask that because it helps to create that link with Spirit, because Spirit need to hear your voice as well. Okay, they're working very, very hard to come through, and I always liken it to talking to somebody on the telephone. If you're on a phone to somebody and reception's bad and you're just not getting that conversation through, you just hang up, right? Because you think, well, what's the point? And if Spirit are thinking, well, he doesn't really want to talk to me, or she doesn't want to talk to me, or yeah, okay. So they need to hear your voice as well. So yes and no answers are great. No's, they're okay. Don't knows, not so good. Ums, and maybes, we don't like those. We ask you to donate £1 every time you go to the centre. Okay. Now, I'm what's known as a clairsentient medium, so I don't hear Spirit, I don't see Spirit, but I get a feeling of what they're trying to say to me. Okay. They can put thoughts and images into my head that I then have to basically translate. I'm kind of like a translator. Sometimes I get it completely wrong. If I do, please let me know. The other thing, being a guy, my directions are never ever wrong, are they, guys? Yeah, our directions are always 100% right. So if I come to you and you can't take any of what I'm saying, normally I'll go for 3 no's. If I get 3 no's, I guess I'm in the wrong place and I'll move on, unless I'm 100% sure, in which case, Spirit are right, you just need to think about it a little bit more. Okay? However, if I am with you and you're not getting anything, but somebody over the other side of the room can, please don't leave me hanging, let me know, and then what I will do is I will move across and then come back to wherever I was afterwards.
I will warn you very quickly. This is an age concern centre. It's been here for a very long time. We do have elderly spirits that used to come here. They pop in.
And they just pop in.
They pop in. They get excited. We have unclaimed elderly that come in quite often. So if there's one that doesn't feel like it's fitting anywhere, that's just one of our house ghosts.
Just one of the
They're
house
just
guests.
saying hello, yes.
Wonderful. But they can join us for nibbles afterwards.
They do. They have fun.
Okay. So, all that being said, I think I need to come to the lady in the middle here with the jacket around her shoulders. Hello there. What's your name? Ursula. Okay to work with me, Ursula?
Sorry?
Okay to work with me?
Yes.
That's another thing I always ask. Because, again, if I bring somebody through that you don't want to hear from, don't sit there and say, don't sit there and say, no, I don't know who they are, don't know what you're talking about, because I'll keep on trying to get that information. If it's somebody you don't want to hear from, just say, I'd rather not hear from them. Also, if they're talking about something you don't want to talk about, just say, I'd rather not talk about that, thank you. and we'll move on to that. Now, as I'm linking in around you, Ursula, as I'm linking in around you, sorry, as I'm linking in around you, I have a gentleman that links in close to you. Okay, now I want to say that this is either, it's got to be either a father or grandfather. Okay? Now, the reason I say it is because they come in on a very particular type of energy. Okay? And that energy is full of love for you. So, I'm inclined to say more father because it feels like they knew you well. Now, that could be me just putting my mind in the way there. Because you're going to probably say it's probably more like your grandfather, aren't you?
On the more loving side.
Yeah, okay. Right, so that being the case, this is when they give us things and then I have to try and interpret it for you. What I'm going to say with this gentleman, let's describe this gentleman for you. I want to say he would be a little bit taller than myself, okay? Very smart gentleman. Always liked to make himself look presentable if he was going out somewhere. Okay? He wouldn't like to be seen out if he had, you know, a little hole or something. He didn't like that. He liked to be presentable. Okay? I'm not saying he wore suits everywhere, but he liked to look presentable. Okay? He was a man who would be a great believer in organising things. He liked to have everything quite organised, because what he's doing for me at the moment is drawing my attention to the thank you sign at the back of the wall where there is an A missing, and he wants to go and put one there because that's how he would be. Okay, he would like everything to be right and organised. Now the reason he's giving me that is because he's saying that you need that bit of organisation at the moment around you, because he's saying that at the moment with you things are kind of like flying off in all different directions a little bit, and he wants to just kind of bring you back. Would you able to understand that for me? Okay. Now I need to. He always wanted me to dance at the moment. He's wanting me to dance with you. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it because I know what'll happen. I'll fall straight over on the floor. Big crisps everywhere. Are you two related?
Yeah.
Okay. And you know this gentleman?
Yes.
Okay. Because he's just drawn between the two of you. Okay. He's just drawn between the two of you. You've been talking about having your hair redone?
No, it has been redone.
Just recently redone?
Well, fairly recent.
Fairly recent. Okay. So he was just talking about conversations about having your hair redone. And I was looking at both of them and thinking, well, I don't think any of them need their hair redone.
I've just had mine done as well.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Right. Somebody didn't like something that was being done with the hair when it was being done. They weren't too keen on a certain thing. Who would that have been?
It was probably me because I used to have really long blonde hair.
Okay, yeah. Because I was asking him to give me something to separate who he was referring to at the moment. So he's just popped across to you there. What's your name, sorry?
Erica.
Erica. That's right, Erica. Lovely. Erica, okay. He was giving me a collection of records to give to you, vinyl records.
Oh, right.
Okay? And he's just literally just presenting this stack of vinyl records. So what that means for me is that he's talking about a love of music around you. Okay? He's talking about love of music around you, and especially at this time of year when all the old favourites come out as well. Okay? And he's sort of saying he wants you to be the DJ at the party, at the family get together. He wants you to grip the record collection because he's not too keen on a lot of the stuff that's coming up. So he wants you to have that and for you to take over there. He's also talking about... okay. Now, while he's talking about music, he's talking about somebody loving Max Bygraves, and that's going way back. But somebody loved Max Bygraves, because he's just showing me records of Max Bygraves here. I understand that. I'll ask you to hold on to that for me, because it's either that somebody's a lover of it, or you're just going to find a random one somewhere. But no, this feels very much like somebody was a lover of Max Bygraves records that he's just referring to. I think I need to come back to Ursula again, because he's talking now about pain in the ankle. You understand pain in the ankle?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's just talking about that, and he's just sort of saying, you know, you shouldn't be having that at the moment. You shouldn't be getting pains in your ankle yet. So he just wants you to take care of that a little bit, okay? So let's take care of that a little bit. He's also talking about. Okay. I think he's being cheeky here. He's saying, would you understand somebody that has selective hearing at the moment? Yeah? Okay. Somebody's got very selective hearing. I want to stick a hearing aid on them, but it wouldn't work. Okay. Right. I also... Can we go there? Okay. I'm going to go to January. Okay, as a significant month, so it could be birthday, anniversary, or passing, and it feels like in the middle of January. Okay, but it's not making me aware of which it is, so I have to give the 3 to you and say it's in January. I do then have to go into March for a birthday. Okay, he's also wanting to take me to which one? Do you know somebody that would be born on a leap year?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's just doing this, and I'm like, where are you going? Okay, that's a first for me. I've not got that before. Okay, so I need to give you that as well. Then I do need to go into. I feel like somebody would have been married twice, because there was a July and an August, but for the same person. So they were married twice, once in the July and once in the August. I'll ask you to hold it if you're not sure. Okay? I'll hold on to that for me. And then I need to come into November for a passing as well, please. Okay? Now. Erica, I need to come back to you for a moment, because would you understand he's talking about you, now I don't know if you do knitting or something, he's talking about you.
Definitely not.
No? Okay. So why would he be talking about knitting? If it's not knitting, it's something with your hands. Doing something with your hands. He's saying because you used to do it a lot and you gave it up.
Oh, I was doing making a rug.
So
and that took me 20 years and I still didn't finish it.
Now, when I get information like that, I always go back and check, and he's chuckling about that. So I'm going to say yes, that is right. That's what it's referring to. Okay. So I get the feeling he was a bit cheeky at times, this gentleman. Now, he wants to bring a lot of laughter around you, because he says you both need a lot of laughter at the moment. It's something that you've both been sort of looking for, is a little bit of upliftment, and he just wants to bring that to you right now. Okay. He is referencing that it's a bit different this year. Christmas is different this year. Okay, and that's why he's wanting to bring that in for you. He's wanting to bring that in just to lift you up and give you that laughter. Okay, he's saying he wants to put the biggest hug around both of you and all the family. He's a really family-orientated guy, and he just wants to put the love around everybody. And I'm just going to leave that wonderful energy and that wonderful love with you. And I'll say God bless to both of you. Thank you for working.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Right, where are we going now? I'm very drawn to the chap right here. Hello, sir.
Hiya.
Hello, what's your name?
Darren.
Darren. Nice to meet you, Darren.
Yeah.
Darren, as I'm linking in with you, excuse me, I need to give you a lady that would have had a throat thing going on. Feels like a lady. If it's not, then it's a gentleman, but it would have been a gentleman that was very gentle in his nature.
Right, okay.
Would that make more sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Because it's a very gentle energy. Very, very gentle energy. A very caring soul. Somebody who would have cared about everybody. Okay? Okay, just take that back for me. I feel like time would have been very significant to this gentleman. Timekeeping would have been significant. He wouldn't want to, he didn't like being late for things.
Yeah.
He liked to be, you know, he didn't like to be late to anything, really. But would you understand that he's saying you're a bit of the opposite?
No. No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, because the way he's making me feel is like there's been a few bits recently where you've not been on time for things.
No.
Let me ask him what he's talking about then.
Hmm?
Would there have been something out of your control that made you late for something? Whether it was like a car not working or something that was out of your control that made it, and you were quite frustrated about it? Because you knew you weren't going to be where you were supposed to be on time. Don't think about it too hard. If it's not making sense, I'll just ask you to hold on to it. Because...
Yeah, there is something, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, because he was quite definite about it, and I was trying to narrow down what it was, and it was quite definite that there was this thing that's going on there. Okay, why are you doing that now? He's wanting me to stick my thumb up like that to you. Don't know why,
Oh, okay.
but he's wanting me to do that. Okay? Can you understand that with him at all? Or not? If not, I'll go back and ask him why he's doing it.
I don't know why he's doing that.
Don't know why he's doing it. Okay, I will ask him for what's going on there. I'm going to come back to that. in a minute. I'm not sure why he's doing that. You understand somebody that would have been a bus driver?
No.
This isn't feeling right. Where are you going with this? I'm not sure exactly where I'm going with this, so I'm gonna throw this one out. Can anybody else understand a gentleman that would have been quite big on timekeeping and that could also take a bus driver? No? You can. Don't you love it when that happens?
Yep.
Okay, right. I'm going to try and break that link. And I'm going to try and bring someone else through. So, okay?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you can't understand that, then I think that we've got
Bus
a,
driver thing.
we've got a tagger on here.
I can't take that.
Let me bring one more thing through then. Somebody that would have also been quite keen, this gentleman
Mhm.
that I've got would have been a keen darts player. Not professional, but he would, yeah, okay.
Right, it's not-
Sorry about that.
That's it. Faith in it.
It
for the
happens.
next one.
It happens. Okay, right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask him to step back for a moment. If there's time, I'll come back and bring him through for you as well. But I do want to try and get round other people as well. Okay, so I'm going to, I'll probably come back to you. I'm going to try and bring somebody else in, and we'll see where we go. But I'll come back to you as well at some point. Okay. Now, I do feel drawn over here as well. Hello there. Can I talk to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're the newbie, aren't you?
I am the
You are
newbie.
indeed. What's your name?
My name's Cameron.
Cameron. Nice to meet you, Cameron.
Nice to meet you.
Cameron, as I'm linking in with you, I have a lady that's drawing clothes, and this feels like this would be a grandmother.
Okay.
Okay? Now, this lady, would you understand that grandmother, she was a slightly larger lady?
Yeah.
Okay? And with that, it's almost like the stereotypical jolly, larger lady, because it feels like she was so open to everybody. She was always happy and had a smile on her face, and it was like she was nan to everyone, okay? Nan and mum to everybody. She was such a welcoming, such a warm, character, okay? Because she comes in, she's wanting to put gloves on me. She's like, "You sure you warm enough to get a scarf on you?" And you know, because that's how she was, and it didn't matter who you were. To her, you were her grandchild or her child, you know, and she wanted to take care of you and look after you. Would you understand why she'd want to be telling you off about your eating habits at the moment? Okay.
I understand that.
Okay. Because she's really not impressed.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Would you also understand a new venture work-wise? So it's either a new job or a change in your current job.
Yeah, okay, I'm starting off my new business, actually, yeah, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a change of job,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, sorry.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
right, that's right. We'll go easy on you. We'll go easy on you. Prompt him. Okay. Now, obviously, because you told me it's a new business, obviously new business is hard work.
Yeah.
But she's given me lots and lots of hard work with you. She said you are a hard worker anyway. It's your ethic. You have that ethic in you where you do like to give 100% to something when you do it. And if you can't give 100%, you tend to leave it on the shelf. So, well, I can't commit to that 100%, I'm going to leave it there. She's saying very much that with this, it's been something that's sort of feels like it's been floating around for a little while. It comes and goes and comes and goes, and finally you've gone, actually, do you know what, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to take this forward. And she does make me feel like this is the right time for you to do that. It's the right time for you to take it forward now.
Yeah.
But what she's saying is that you do need to be a little bit careful with how frequently you open your wallet. Okay? Because she's saying that your wallet, it hasn't even got a crease in the back end at all because it's never been shut.
Yeah.
So as soon as money comes in, it's out.
Yeah.
Okay? And she's saying for you to take forward what you're wanting to do, you kind of need to just rein in your spending a little bit. Because you like to spend.
Yes.
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 And she says, just for you to achieve what you want to achieve, you just need to be a little bit more careful. So hand it over to somebody else. Let someone else look after the money.
Yeah.
Okay. Let them keep an eye on it for you. No idea why. I don't think this is even anything to do with you. I think this is more just a random. Got a chicken come wandering in. So unless you can understand somebody that would have kept chickens, then we've just got a random chicken. It's not you, is it?
Well, it could be,
Okay. We'll ignore the chicken.
Just tell it you'll eat it for Christmas if it don't go.
I like eating chicken, but chicken, I don't know.
Okay. We'll leave the chicken there for now. But having said that though, you could understand a dog that's in spirit. It would have been around this lady. Okay, I'm going to ask you to hold on to that. Not like the chicken, but let the chicken wander off and do what it wants. But the dog, I do know the dog is for you. So just hold on to that, and you might find out that this lady, there was a dog around. Okay. Now, are you linked with the gentleman next to you? You are indeed. Lovely. So, what's your name, sir?
Josh.
Josh. Okay, Josh. The reason I said that is because this lady is also sort of taking him under her wing a little bit here, and she's wanting to feed him up. She's saying, you're not eating enough. Okay? So you're not eating the right stuff, but you're not eating enough. Because she's wanting to feed you up a bit here. Okay? You give me the chicken, yeah? Okay. Now I think we're going to be jumping a little bit here, because as I move in with Josh, I have another lady, Josh, that moves in around you as well, that comes very close to you. Now this lady isn't making me totally aware of who she is at the moment, but she does talk about what she's showing me is lots and lots and lots of doors in front of you. Okay? It's like every time you go through a door, there's another one shut in front of you. It's like there's always constant barriers for you going forward. Okay? And what she's saying is that some of those barriers you've put there yourself. Okay? Do you understand what she means by that? Okay? And she just wants to say to you, be a bit kinder to yourself. She says, you are very, very critical of you. Okay? And you need to be a little bit more kind to you. Okay? I also want to say that the last 3 months have had massive changes for you. Okay? There's been massive, massive changes over the last 3 months. And this lady is very, very happy with the pathway that you have found yourself on now. Okay? And she just wants to give you a lot of encouragement. She's so proud of you. Okay? She's really, really proud of you. I would say it also feels a bit like a grandmother as well. Okay? And she's just putting that in for you. Oops. I'm going to take my I'm going to leave that off with you. I wish you all the best with your business. And hopefully we'll see you back here again. Hopefully you'll come back. Because I know this lady's got a lot more to give to you. And I could really spend all night with her here. But I need to move on. So I'm going to say God bless. Thank you for working with both of you. Okay. Right. Where are we going to go now? I feel really drawn to come to the lady at the front. Hello. What's your name?
Yvonne.
Yvonne. Oh, Yvonne. Yvonne, can you understand a partner in spirit?
Yes.
Okay. Because this gentleman comes in, and he, as they come in, they're coming in with, on one hand, loads and loads of love.
Yes.
But he's also singing at the top of his voice. Okay? I'm not quite sure why, but he's like... just feels really happy energy. Would you understand there's been a lot of happiness around you at the moment?
Yes, to a degree, yes.
Yeah? Because he's just like full of this upbeat, happy energy, and it's like this is coming from you and from what's around you. It's like things have been quite good. Things have been quite good. But at the same time, he does want to bring me to my back. He wants to bring me to my lower back. So I don't know if this is him or this is with you, but there would have been significant pains with the back. Can you understand?
Both of us.
Could be both of you. Okay. Let me see if I can get something more from him so that we know who he's actually referring to with this. Okay. Let's give you the fingers as well. Like painful fingers, especially in the cold, like arthritis or something.
That could be me.
That sounds more like you. Okay, that's fine. I had a feeling it was you, but I wanted to make sure from him and with you that it was you that we were talking about, because the next thing he wants to say is, why aren't you wearing glasses?
I do wear my glasses.
Because he's saying you don't wear them as you're supposed to.
I don't wear them all the time, no.
Okay. Because he's just making comment of that, okay. I need to take you to, or he wants to take us down to Devon as well. Can you understand links down to Devon?
The West Country, not particularly Devon.
Not particularly Devon, but into the West Country. Okay. Because I knew I was down that way. Okay, I knew I was down that way. And he's just taken me to somewhere that I know, and obviously that's a lot of times how they work, is because if we don't know it, we don't know. So, but he's taken me to a little place called Mevagissey, which is actually in Cornwall.
Yes.
Do you understand links to Mevagissey itself?
Holidays down Cornwall, yes.
Okay, so that's why he's taken me there. He's taken me there just for memory links with him down there. And there has been talk of, or thoughts of, next spring, summer for a holiday as well. He's just making me aware that there's been talks of or thoughts of a spring, summer holiday with you. Can you understand that?
I haven't talked about it.
Or thought about it?
I thought about it, yes.
Yeah, that's why I said thoughts of or talks of, because he's certainly making me aware, because obviously in spirit there's no voice box, so everything comes as a thought, so it's, it's the same thing for them, and he's saying absolutely you should be planning this, because he wants you to be enjoying yourself as much as you can, because he's saying that it's been a bit difficult for you to enjoy yourself as much as you used to. Over the last couple of years especially, not COVID related, but other things that have been going on that have made it difficult for you, and he just wants you to take the opportunity. See, if you feel that you can do it, you should do it. Okay. Do you understand why he's saying it's like feeding the 5,000? Saying it's like, he said for you it's like feeding the 5,000 at the moment. It's like you've got lots of people coming to you for help.
Yes.
Okay, and it's like you're feeding the 5,000. You understand what he's saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So take it down to 200. You said you won't. He said you won't, but that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to just sort of... there are people that need to learn to be a little bit more independent.
Yes.
Do you understand that? Okay. Because it's more than time that they should be standing on their own feet. But if they can get away with it, they will. Yeah?
Yes.
Now, I know I gave Angel Delight at the very beginning, but I need to give you Angel Delight as well. I need to give you a packet of Angel Delight. Baking? Do you do baking?
I don't.
So somebody very closely linked around you then that does do baking.
His mother used to.
No, I don't like that. That's not enough. Why do I need to give you Angel Delight? Do you understand the bird's custard powder? Because he's now showing me bird's custard powder as well. You know, the red and yellow packets.
Yes.
Would that be of a significance for you? Not really.
The only thing I can put it to is Christmas time when we got it in for not him, but for his very good friend.
Is that friend no longer with us?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. It's a very strange way of showing me that. I want to make sure I'm feeling right on this. Would there have been somebody that you would know that did a lot of caring for him before he passed?
Me?
For the friend?
It's a
For the friend? I'm not sure where it's going with that. It's definitely linking in to say that they've met up.
Right.
But it feels like there is a message for somebody that did caring for this gentleman, or for the friend. I'm not quite getting that, I'm afraid. I'm sorry about that. If I can get it clearer, I'll bring it to you. But there is something there around the friend. Now, I know you just said that you cared for him before he passed. You got caring for him. There would have been a reluctance with him to have been moved into like a residential care, or there'd been talk about the possibility of him going into residential care at some point. Maybe not with you, but certainly with professionals. There would have been some talk. Because he seems to be quite aware that there was some talk about it, but he was like, never in a month of Sundays would that have happened. Because it feels like there was a decline in his health at the end. There was quite a steep decline in his health.
There was a reluctance to want to go to a doctor
That
about
could
things.
be
That might be it.
It could be
because he wouldn't do like a health professional, like not going to hospital, check the doctor or anything like that.
Do you know,
It could be that.
It's funny because I was going to say hospitals, but then I kind of went more along the line of.
Willow knows my situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's probably me just getting in the way a bit there, because I was going to say hospitals. I'm not going to bring it in now because it's just going to seem like it's fitting, but I want to say there was this reluctance there. Okay. I understand why he's wanting to give you a hot water bottle.
It's my car. I had 2 hot water bottles in the car on the way down here because my heater's broken.
So he wants to give it to me from it to Willow.
Yes.
That's for my car. I'm sorry. I'm bringing her out in the cold.
Okay. You just come in with this hot water bottle, right? Go with that.
Sorry.
Give us the strangest things.
It's just showing he was watching on the way down. He was watching us struggle, watching me trying to find the house and everything, weren't he?
He's also given me cherry bakewells, so I don't know who that's for. But he's just come in with some cherry bakewells and a box of Jaffa cakes.
He loves Jaffa cakes, but it was possibly, I can't remember.
Okay. That's okay, don't worry if you can't remember. Just hold on to it because he's quite definite with these. Okay. No, kind of showed me something. It was a bit. Didn't quite catch it. I'm going to move on from that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through. I need to give you April as a month of significance, birthday, anniversary, so passing in April. Okay. I also need to come into September as well, as being a month of significance.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I need to give you a rose and a sunflower.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to give you both of those. I'm going to leave his love with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to say God bless and thank you for working with me.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. Where are we going to go now? I think I'm drawn to the lady right at the back here in the blue and the purple. Okay. Hello.
Hi,
Hi. What's your name?
Nicola.
Nicola. Hello, Nicola. Nicola, with you, it's a little bit more difficult because it feels like there are a number of people that have passed over around that would be very closely drawn around you. Okay. And I say it because, I mean, obviously we've all got lots of people that passed over, but it's almost like a load of them want to come through at the moment for you. And they all want to come through together because they're saying at the moment things have been a bit of a struggle. Okay? They're making me aware that there's been a bit of a struggle at the moment, and they're coming through because they want to pick you up, they want to support you, they want to carry you. Would you understand that?
Yep.
Okay? Because it's almost like I have no energy left. It's almost like I just want to sit down and just stop. Okay? And what they want to do is they want to literally pick you up and carry you forward. Because they say that you need that right now. They're saying that you've been asking for something. Been asking for something. And this is the way they're coming forward for you. To say, look, we are here. We know what's going on. We know this isn't an easy time. And we want to carry you to a much better place. Because they're referencing the address that I gave before, where we don't often know why certain things happen and why we find ourselves in certain situations. But there's always something that's leading us to, and we cannot get from A to C without going through B. Okay? And that's very much what they're saying for you, is you cannot reach that end goal until you get through. You have to go through this little bit first. Okay? But they just want to give you so much strength. That's why they've come through, so many of them have come through together. And I can't pick out one because there are just so many that want to carry you. They really do. They want to carry you forward. They are referencing the last 2 weeks as well as being a time where things have been much more of a roller coaster. The last 2 weeks have been really like this. Okay. But they do want you to know that it is going to level off. Things are going to level off. Things are going to be easier. You have a lot of support around you, which I understand there are people that are really supporting you at the moment. Okay. And I want to say that there are 1 or 2 in particular that have been they've just gone above and beyond. There's a couple of people, 1 or 2 people that have just gone above and beyond. Okay? And what they're saying is that it's a time when you've been able to find out who your true friends are. Does that make sense? You've found out who your true friends really are, because they are the ones that have come to support you at the moment. Okay? I just want to say, don't worry, you get through. You will get through. Okay? There is lots and lots of things in your future, lots of positivity in your future. You just need to keep pushing on for now. Okay? They don't want to go too much into what's happening because it's nobody's business. It's fair enough. But they just want you to know that they're there for you. They're answering what you've asked them, which is whether whether they're there for you, and they are. So I'm going to leave all their love with you. And so God bless you and all the best. Right. Now. Okay, I'm going to come briefly down the front here. Now, I do know, obviously, the 2 people came with me, and I do want to make it open to everybody that I know them. Okay? There's my housemate and my partner. So, but Joe, I need to come to you, Joe. Okay? And I will make it more brief because, obviously, I want to be fair to everybody. But as I'm working, I can't get away from the fact that there is a gentleman that's coming forward for you. Okay? Now, this gentleman, I'm going to say he is, to be honest, he feels exactly the same height as me. I can't put him shorter, I can't put him taller, he feels exactly the same height as me. I want to say that he is a bit skinnier than me, and, well, he's saying he's got more hair, which isn't hard. The reason he's coming forward is because he's saying, what he's saying for you is that at the moment, you are, almost feels like I'm taking one step forward, 2 steps back. Okay? So that's what it feels like, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And he's saying what you need to do is just change direction. Because then you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Okay? So just turn it around the other way. Alright? Now he's saying how you do that, he's not going to tell you. He said he would never have been one to drag you forward. He would show you the way and let you choose the route. Yeah? If you understand what he's saying. So he's not going to give you all the answers. He's just going to point you in a direction. Okay? He's just going to point you in a direction. He says, so when you feel like you're going 1 forward, 2 back, just turn around. Just turn around. Okay? I'm going to leave that with you. I know it's short and sweet. I'm going to leave that with you. Okay? Now, I'm drawn over here. Hi, what's your name?
Debbie.
Debbie. Hello, Debbie. Nice to meet you, Debbie. Debbie, are you sitting in a circle?
No.
No. Have you sat in a circle previously?
No.
Why? Okay. Now, I think you've heard this before.
Possibly.
The reason I say that is because with you, I've got a lot of spiritual energy around you. Okay? So I don't know if you do other work, spiritual work, or not. But if you don't, it feels like you should be. Okay?
Circles back in January.
There you go. I do need to say with you also, I get healing hands with you. Okay? Because not only do you need healing, but you also are a great healer. And even if you haven't done healing on anybody physically, you heal them in other ways. You have time for people. Okay? You listen to everybody. Okay? And sometimes you listen a bit too much because then you start taking on those problems yourself. Okay? So they're saying, bit of separation. Get a bit of separation in there. But you have helped a lot of people. Do you understand that? You've actually helped quite a few people. And not all of those people are here on the earth plane anymore. Some of those people have passed over. Okay? And they want to come through to thank you for that help. Okay? They're coming through to say thank you to you because you did make a difference for them. Okay? Now there's a gentleman that's coming forward here. He just sort of steps forward a little bit, and he's saying that for him, he was in quite a dark place when you were helping him. Things were very difficult for him. He was struggling quite a lot. And what you did for him, even though it may have seemed small to you, was transformative for him. It had a big effect on him. And he's saying he was able to actually help others because you showed him how. Okay? You showed him how, and he was able to help other people before he passed over. And he just really wants to say thank you so much for what you did for him. Okay? Now, I do need to come through with a couple of names for you, actually. I don't always get names, but this isn't this gentleman, I don't think, but I do need to give you the name of Brian. Okay? Because the name Brian has been calling out, and it feels like there is thoughts needed around Brian. So, can you understand a Brian?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I also need to bring a Martin as well. Okay. There's just thoughts out for Martin. Doesn't feel like that there is anything major. Just thoughts being sent out. Okay. It's weird. know we're coming up to Christmas, but they're wanting to dress you up as Santa.
Okay.
Would you understand why they're wanting to put a Santa's suit on you? You do. I'm glad you do, because I thought I was going mad for a minute. Okay. Wonderful. Why do you want to do that? I need to take you shoe shopping.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but we're going shoe
That's fine,
shopping.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Suits me, yeah.
Would you understand the need for new shoes though?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, that's what I wanted to
Fine.
need for new shoes. But I need to make sure you stay away from anything with a heel, because you're
Yes.
dangerous with heels. Okay?
Yeah.
They're just saying no heels.
Yeah, no, that's
Please,
right.
no heels.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. There's a lady that's saying you're wanting your hair changed, colour-wise.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
She's saying don't be too bold with the colours, because
Okay.
she doesn't like the bold ones. There's been some bold choices, she says.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fine.
It's an old name. Can you understand the name Violet?
Yeah.
Okay. Just the name was just called out, and I just had to give it to you. Somebody's pointing and laughing at your cooker.
Okay.
Would you understand why there's been a gentleman that's pointing and laughing at your cooker at the moment?
Well, I'm on cooker number 3 at
Okay.
the moment, so
Fair enough.
might be that.
Fair enough. Okay. I also need to give you a gentleman that would have passed with a chest complaint as well. Okay. Because they just brought that in and just given me that.
Okay.
Okay. And I do want to say his passing was quite quick as well.
Yeah.
Okay, it was quite quick. He just wants to step forward. Just say hi.
Yeah.
Just come
Thank
forward and
you.
say hello. I'm going to leave their love with you. I'm just
Thank
going
you
to
very
listen.
much.
Thank you for working with me. Okay. Now, I kind of need to come to you.
Okay.
I just wonder if that's okay.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that's
go for it.
allowed.
That's
Okay.
free range.
Okay.
Not the chickens, just the mediums.
Yeah, leave the chicken back. The reason I need to come to you, because I've got, again, this is a lady that's drawing close, okay? Now this lady, would you understand that a lady that would have been into spiritualism herself?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
I never met her though, I don't know a lot about her, so...
Okay.
But I mean, it's fine. I'll take it, it's
Okay.
fine.
So she's stepping forward because she's saying that she sees a lot of her within you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it feels like people would say that to you as well, that they would see
Possibly, yeah.
parts of her within you. She says that you. I don't know if you remember the Energizer Bunny.
I do, yes.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
she's saying that's you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like you never stop.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going, and she's also saying that sometimes all of this is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, both physically and financially, it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
But she's so proud of what you're doing, though.
Yes.
Okay. She's also saying that you do a lot more outside of this
Mhm.
place as well. Okay. Which she's also very happy about, because she's saying for you this is a lifestyle. It's not just
Yeah.
a movement. It's
Yeah.
a whole lifestyle for you. I know you said you've got a circle starting back up
Mhm.
in January, but would you understand why she's saying that she wants you to... She feels like it wants to be bigger.
We haven't put a limit on how big it is. It's the only reason I say it's starting back in January is because we're off for Christmas break. We've been running up until then. It's just,
But it
every
feels like it's-
every time we get like a big group of people, they just seem to drop off again, and we're back to like 5, and we're like, what's going on?
Yeah, because she's just making me aware that she wants it bigger, bolder, better, larger.
Get there.
That's where you guys come in.
To be fair, there's already a few here, so like, we'll let them off.
Excellent.
We'll let them off.
No, that's good. Bring friends.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, really, it was just a quick thing, just to come in and just wanted to come in and say thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, like I said, I never met her,
And
but
just pushing
yeah.
this forward.
I never met her, but she's around. I know she's around.
Do you understand a move centre thing?
We almost moved.
Okay, because
We've been here since '86, and this place
Wow.
almost shut down a few months ago. And we
Okay.
were looking about for new places, and we thought we might have to, but for now we're okay.
Okay, because they just mentioned a centre move.
Yeah,
as
we
well
did
in
suspect that we might have to a while ago, but we didn't want to because, like I said, we've been here so long, and everyone
there.
knows.
So, of course.
Everyone
Yeah.
knows the dates, and this is here we are. So we don't really want to change if we don't have to.
Of course. They just put that in, not saying that.
Don't
Just
damn me
referencing it.
now. I've tried my hardest.
Okay. Right, I'm going to leave
Okay,
that.
yeah, thank you.
Okay, it's just a quick one. I just
Yeah.
want to pop in and
She can
give
come and
that
say hello
to
if she
you.
wants to.
Where are we going? Okay, I think I need to come down to the gentleman in the red jacket at the back there. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Paul.
Paul. Hello, Paul. Paul, was I linking with you? I've got a gentleman that's drawing in. I'm not entirely sure who he is at the moment. Okay. Which is unusual because normally I get a feeling for who they might take. Sorry, I put that really far away from you, didn't I?
That's fine. It's okay. I've got long arms. I can stretch.
But this gentleman is not making me fully aware of who he is, but so I'm going to describe him to you, okay? So this gentleman, I want to put him a little bit taller than myself, and I need to give him hair around the sides, but nothing on the top here.
Okay.
Can you understand this gentleman so far?
Quite possibly, yes.
Okay. Would this have been a relative or a friend? It would be a relative.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm trying to figure out where he fits in, but he's really not letting me know too much. Would this gentleman have been quite a private individual?
I didn't know him, but I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, it's always helpful when they come through and you don't know them, isn't it?
Well, I know enough about him.
No, I understand. It just makes it a little bit more
Yeah.
challenging, but then that's a good thing in a way because. Okay, so as this gentleman's coming forward. You understand there'd been some sort of an award or a recognition around at the moment for something that you've done? And I want to say this within the last sort of 3 to 6 months, no more back than that.
I think it's symbolic, yeah, but yeah, I do know that.
You do? Okay, fantastic. Because he's just referencing that, he's just referencing his recognition. Okay. I've now got to give you a black cat as well.
Yeah, we've got 2 of them.
Just got to give you a black cat, okay? Strange things. Chicken, cats, don't know what else we're going to get in. Who knows? Get a tiger in, I'm running. But as I said that, can you understand why they were talking about safari?
something talked about at times, but yeah.
But never achieved
Never done-
it.
Never done
Has it come up again recently in conversation?
that. Not so much, but I've seen quite a few. It's funny, I get different videos appear on the phone, and they all
Yeah.
seem to be kind of
To do with
sound related. Yeah.
Okay, because they're just putting that around you at the moment. So I think that should be something that you should be looking at, because it keeps coming up, and it feels like it's something that they're definitely putting in your pathway.
Okay.
Because it feels like the experience is going to be wider than just the safari. There's going to be other stuff there that's going to come up, that's going to be of interest for you. Okay. So just looking into that. I need to give you links down into the East End of London as well.
Yeah, that's where I was born. That's where the family come from.
Okay. Just because they were just taking me down there,
Yeah.
and I just needed to go back there. Would you understand what we were talking about Whitechapel Hospital as well? The Royal London? Yeah. Okay. Because they're just taking me down there as well, as a place of significance for you. And you understand somebody that was a market trader as well?
The man who came through spent quite a lot of time up there.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's around.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure what he's doing here. Just trying to work out what he's doing. You understand the problem with the knee? Somebody having a problem with their knee,
Yes.
and it's affecting walking. It's almost like, as I'm walking, it's like I'm not walking completely straight. It's like my leg wants to keep sort of going out a little bit as I'm walking.
Yeah.
Okay. Just something just to say, just keep an eye on it. Get it checked. Can you also understand somebody that's coming forward that would have had, they've passed over to spirit, but they would have had quite a problem with spirits, like drink, as well? There would have been an issue with drink around them. Don't worry if you're not sure. Don't worry if you're not sure. Just hold on to it, because they're just coming forward to say basically that that's behind them now. It feels like they tried to get past that several times. They tried to move on from it, but they could never quite break free. And they're just popping in to say, guess what? I've done it. Okay. So have a think on it. I'm sure it will come to you. Okay. I'm sure it will come to you. I need to take you to the Fords plant as well in Dagenham.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just bringing that in as well for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that if it's not you, then it's somebody that you know that is. They still have a friend from school that they've kept in touch with. Okay.
Yeah.
And would you understand that there's been a little bit of time where there's been, like recently, where that communication hasn't been flowing? You haven't heard from them for a little while or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just want you to reach out.
Yeah, we're all out next week. So.
Perfect. Okay. That's perfect. Now again, they're bringing in a little bit of back pain here as well. Okay. And it feels like there's either an appointment that should have happened that was put off, or an appointment that's supposed to have been made and hasn't.
Okay.
Because they're talking about a missed appointment here in relation to this. They're saying just whatever it was, just make sure it gets rescheduled and sorted. Okay. Nothing too major, just everything's really kind of like, it's almost like I'm just bobbing along. That's how they're saying things are just bobbing along calmly. There's all the waves have gone, the turmoil's gone, and it's much more calm now. Would you understand that? That there was a lot of waves, but now things are sort of more calmer.
That may be the future, but it's still quite,
It's calming down. It's calming down. That's what they're saying. Okay. And just carry on your journey, because things are planning out quite nicely and things are going to get a lot better. Okay. Things are calming down for you. I'm going to leave that up with you. I'll say God bless you. Thank you for working with me. Okay.
You're done if you want to be done.
Okay.
Or you can go for more if you want to go for more. It's up to you, but we're all good.
No, I think energy-wise, I'm
Brilliant. Thank you very much then. So if you just close, if you want to, that would be
Indeed.
amazing. Thank you.
All right. So friends, if I could ask you then, if you wish to join me in a closing prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Spirit, guides and helpers, I'd like to thank you again for the opportunity to work in this wonderful centre here this evening, and for the opportunity to come together again as like-minded souls. I'd like to thank all of those from Spirit who came forward and made the extreme effort to communicate their love and the proof of life after life to those here who needed it. I'd ask that the doors of this centre remain open forevermore, and that the veil between the two worlds be drawn back. Lastly, that a cloak of protection be placed around each and every person here this evening, and that we're guided safely on our way until we meet again. Amen.
Thank you. That's amazing.